Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the last video, we looked at the price charts of the general markets including Nasdaq, S&P 500 and Dow Jones. We also looked at crypto charts, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum, to see if we can find any useful correlation. Today, we'll review these charts again as the prices have made an important move during yesterday's market session. Here, we can see that all of the daily candles in the charts have fallen out of the triangle pattern. This fallout signifies the start of a bearish trend, which could be long or short. This perspective would only change if any of the daily candle in the near future moves up and past the highest point of yesterday's candle. For those new to technical analysis, breakout or fallout point is generally the ideal entry point. A person looking to long a stock would enter when there's a breakout point, whereas a person who is looking to short a stock would enter when a fallout is observed. In this case, they would be able to better control how much they would lose if the stock price were to move in the opposite direction from what they thought. Using this Bitcoin chart as example, when a trader looking to short sees that the price fell out of the triangle pattern, he or she would enter and set the stop loss a little above the support line that the price just broke through. This is because once the price fell below the line, if it is a successful fallout, it is not supposed to move above the line again. Just like in this Tesla chart, Tesla's stock price seemed to have made a breakout last week from this resistance line. If it were a successful breakout, it would have continued to move upwards, but instead, it fell back down the line, creating what we call a false breakout pattern in technical analysis. If a trader looking to long the stock initially entered at this breakout point, he or she should have set a stop loss order a little below the line, so that if the price falls back down, exactly like in this case, the trading system would automatically sell his or her holdings to cut losses. Next, I want to quickly go over the FAANG stocks to see where it's standing. I look at them because these stocks could directly impact the Nasdaq or stock market as they hold the biggest percentages in those markets. First, let's look at Meta's daily chart. There's not much to comment about this chart as it is just moving sideways within this area. All we can do is to observe when it might make a breakout or fallout. Same for Amazon. However, Amazon previously made a false breakout here, so I would look at it with a more bearish view. Here, we can also draw a support line and observe if it holds. Next is Apple. I would be quite careful with Apple as it might experience the same thing as Tesla, where it seemed to have broken out of the resistance line, but quickly turn into a false breakout. We mentioned this long upper wick pattern in our recent Chinese stock video. This pattern is commonly seen as a reversal pattern when it appears at a relative high point after a continuous upward trend. Next is Netflix. Netflix's chart is looking quite weak, where it's barely falling out of the triangle pattern. Netflix also has earnings report coming up on July 19th, so whoever is looking into the stock should know that. Next, Google. Google seems to be similar to Meta, where it's just been moving sideways, so there's not much to comment about. Lastly, I want to show you guys the chart of UVXY, which is the VIX Index ETF. I have had these two lines drawn on this weekly chart for a long time now, and the price has indeed been just moving within this triangle, meaning these two resistance and support lines are quite strong lines. Currently, the price has gotten back to test this support, and because it has been acting as such a strong support, I would try to see if there's a chance for it to bounce up here. If it does bounce up, it would also mean the stock market moves down, which all matches with the analysis from before. After reviewing these charts, the overall market sentiment to me seems to be bearish. Unless crypto or the charts of the general market show some signs of reversal like mentioned earlier, I would continue to hold a cautious view towards the current market. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.